Here is Decatur, Illinois, a typical American community whose loyal people are doing their share in our fight against the Axis. Here are its busy business districts, its public buildings, its industry, and its schools. Beautiful Lake Decatur presents a tranquil scene, but Decatur's people are at war. Millikan University educates for peace, but in wartime, fighting men learn to fight the enemy better. Decatur's war plants manufacture the tools of war. Steel and more steel is needed to mold these tools. Today, thousands of absentees are hindering our march to victory. These absentees are the jalopies, the no longer used automobiles that have been abandoned on empty lots, in streets, in alleys, and backyards. The most successful method yet developed to bring out of hiding needed scrap and at the same time stir enthusiasm of the community to wartime pitch is the Chicago Jalopy Plan, followed by a Jalopy Roundup. This plan was used by Decatur. The success of a Jalopy parade, according to War Production Board experience, depends on the fulfillment of a number of points. Secure a Jalopy Queen, a radio or movie star if possible, to lead the parade with military escort. Decatur secured the services of Mary Lou Newmayer, well-known radio star. Members of the Ladies' Auxiliary of the Junior Association of Commerce do honor to Our Lady of Radio. War Production Board officials point out that in wartime, an automobile should be either transportation or junk. First step in organizing a parade is to find a sponsor. The Junior Association of Commerce directed Decatur's Jalopy Roundup. Secure the blessings of municipal authorities. Mayor Lee and Mayor-elect Hedrick led Decatur's parade. Obtain all military support possible for representation in the parade. Get all bands and bugle corps available. Get all-out newspaper and radio support. Have one man assigned to carry on all publicity. Be sure to appoint a parade marshal. Impressive dressing for this parade was provided by the Decatur Fire and Police Departments. Modern firefighting equipment is on display. The parade must have color, humor, size, and military display. It should stretch for as long a distance as possible. The people must be presented a vivid portrayal of what their scrap can do, what it means to the fighting men of America. Youngsters of your community can definitely be counted on to spark your Jalopy parade. Here, rocking and swaying is the exhibit that won the governor's trophy. Gasoline for the parade must be arranged with your state rationing board. Jalopy recruiting pledges should be run in the newspapers daily. Girl and Boy Scout marching units should be arranged. Make this a real parade, one to be remembered. Jalopies are fire hazards, as is dramatically portrayed with members of the fire department right on hand to take care of the blazing wreck. Heads of educational institutions should be contacted for cooperation in naming Jalopy kings and queens and royal courts. Each school should enter a Jalopy display in competition. The offering of a trophy will spur these youngsters to greater ingenuity in presenting floats and exhibits. Line up all automobile wreckers, scrap iron, and metal dealers for full cooperation. They will furnish their tow trucks, put exhibits in the parade, and if necessary, help schools and other groups with exhibits. They also will help transport cars to be used in the parade. It is the task of you men and women witnessing this film to do everything in your power to bring every Jalopy and all other forms of salvage as well to the persons who will place it in the stream of materials flowing to the steel mill. Millikan University pre-flight students march down Decatur Street in military precision. Adding the military touch to the parade brings home what scrap means to fighting men. It means guns and more guns to fight the enemy. Bombers fly overhead to give prestige to the Jalopy parade and impress the throngs. Those bombers truly presented a vivid portrayal of what scrap means to the boys who are sacrificing their lives for a free world. Hilarity should be the keynote of the exhibits. It may safely be left to the young participants to provide a real show that will amuse the crowds. The Jalopy and General Salvage Parade not only produces scrap for the hungry furnaces of war, but it visualizes for the residents of each and every community the tremendous part scrap materials play in the war effort. It offers a splendid comparison of scrap materials with the finished product in the parade. Civil Air Patrol planes zoom overhead, a reminder that birds of war need scrap metal. All school children and civic organizations should be urged to write slogans for every jalopy in the parade. In cities where parades are scheduled after schools have closed for the summer, assemblies should be called by principals of the schools or the parent-teacher associations. Every available student should be asked to participate. The parade should show a wrecking unit mounted on a truck with workmen actually torching the jalopy. Here is one way of driving home a message to the crowd. There should be a tie-in of tin cans, silk and nylons, fats and greases, rags and waste paper and rubber. Arrange attractive floats, such as one depicting a woman pouring grease into a bomb. Show the proper method of saving tin cans, as well as other phases of the General Salvage Program. Enlist the 40 and 8 fun-making units of the American Legion to participate with their Leaping Lenas and other exhibits. Offer war bond awards from funds contributed by auto wreckers, scrap iron and metal dealers, and local industry. They should consist of $25 war bonds for the best all-around exhibit, the oldest entry, the best decorated, and so on. The Jalopy Parade not only produces scrap for hungry furnaces of war, but it visualizes for the spectators the tremendous role scrap materials play in the war effort. It emphasizes that jalopies make jeeps. Give your community a parade the likes of which it most likely has never seen before. The parade will show the bringing out of junk cars to be turned in for scrap for war, but it serves a wider purpose. It will bring thousands of persons out and awaken them to fuller realization of the war and the spirit of the nation. Invite your local war bond and stamp committee to participate in the proceedings. The calf, pictured in the Decatur parade, was auctioned off to the highest bidder and brought $3,800 to pep up the afternoon's activity and provide a fitting climax. Junk those jalopies. If it's not transportation, it's no good to its owner. If it's not scrapped, it's just making it that much harder to win the war.
The motion picture that you have just seen depicted a successful, well-staged, and productive jalopy parade held in a typical American community, Decatur, Illinois. The city that staged this parade is not a better city than yours. It has no more facilities, no more industry, no more enthusiasm than yours. its citizens are no more patriotic, no better Americans than are your citizens. What Decatur has done, the War Production Board knows that you can do. And I am sure that you not only will do it, but will say to yourself, we can and will do an even better job.